Tom Brokaw has written about the greatest generation. I want to acknowledge our veterans of that generation. Governor Evers has ordered the flags to be lowered to half-staff in honor of Army Private First Class Clinton Kolowski tomorrow, this Friday, who lost his life in World War II. Now, with regards to our budget bill, it's interesting to hear the two different sides, two different parties look at the same information and interpret it extremely different. Which came first, the chicken or egg? Do you spare the rod and spoil the child? Is the cup half full or is the cup half empty? Do you catch more flies with honey or vinegar? We can argue about these things all day long, but ultimately we're going to pass a budget that's going to be better for Wisconsin than what it was in the years previous. On with my comments. Wow, Mom. I got elected to represent the people. Government of the people. Government by the people. For the people. Mom was born in January of 21. Mom passed in November of 21. In between, she lived a wonderful life. Raised in poverty during the Depression. She raised a family of 6 boys with my father on a farm. There was no excess funds to go anywhere. We all got degrees. We went on to education after high school by working odd jobs, and we came out of school basically with no debt. A PhD, master's, 3 BS's, and a gentleman who could create more with metal than any of those paper degrees from a college. My mother suffered from mental health issues. There were days she had no motivation. There were days that she took on tasks that were out of her league, and she took on people and put them in their place, whether they deserved it or not. There was a time period in my life when I didn't think my parents were all that great. And when you start raising your own family, you learn just how great your parents were. And you miss some of those teachings and some of those oversights. My district is a very purple district. The people of the 33rd chose me by the narrowest margin of any of us in this chamber. I want to commend the people who have worked on this budget, negotiated the details, took the input that was provided, accepted the contrarian viewpoints, and worked to put all the pieces together to get to where we are today. The Lord has blessed us with an imperfect bill. This allows me to continue to work on behalf of my constituents. The budget will allow each of us to go home. It matters not which side of the aisle you are on. This budget will allow each of us to go home and show how we helped our people. This budget will allow us each to go home and learn how we can still help our people. As I walked more than 1,000 miles doing doors, I met people of all walks of life, the full political spectrum. I spoke with Republicans. I spoke with Democrats. I spoke with independents. I spoke with Democrats that didn't like, moderate Democrats that didn't like where their party was. I spoke with modern Republicans that didn't like where their party is. These are my people. They all want to be represented. They want us to work together to represent the mass of our people. They want us to lead. They want us to be respectful in doing so. They will be able to find where they benefit. They will point out where they do not. What I do believe is that the people of the 33rd will benefit more because they chose me to represent them, to speak on their behalf, to bring forth their ideas, their concerns, their needs to this Capitol. That's what we're all here to do. Represent our people, bring their needs and concerns to this Capitol, and work out the details. We have a historical budget bill before us. It invests in local government, EMS, fire, police, roads, mental health, healthcare, education, agriculture, shared revenue. We are finally addressing our veterans' needs, providing them with the increased support and care that they deserve and they've earned. Our tax cut is for everyone. It's for all Wisconsinites. Education. I'm a product of public education. My children are products of public education. One child is a special education teacher. You can watch. She can observe those children. If you are familiar with what is the show? It's the gambling show on Texas Hold'em or whatever it is, poker, whatever. And the TV tells you what the percentage of that hand is to win or to lose. And I think those educators can observe those children as they get that special intervention provided to them. They can watch those children go from a nearly probable failure to an almost likely win success in a matter of days, weeks, or months. But some of those special needs children will have an individual aide with them 24/7 to help that child progress. Those children that we lose out on in our educational system, we pay dearly for later in life, whether we are supporting them through social programs or we're incarcerating them. It's critical that we provide the educational opportunities to those children at a young age. This bill has plenty of great opportunities that we can take home and be very proud of what we did. If I were to use a baseball analogy from a batter's perspective, there's lots in this bill where the batters have hit for the cycle. And it's not lost on me that there's plenty of balls have been put into play that turn into fielder choices. And there's been a lot of foul balls in this bill. That gives us lots of opportunities to continue to work on behalf of our constituents. Please acknowledge the benefits of this budget and plan to continue to represent your people. Mr. Speaker, the vote is green.